Because we've gone this far into the conversation, I want to ask a really important question that we have time to do it. And that is when you had tremendous experience in just large scaling environments and you're growing so much now, you were at Ring Central. So, what I want to know is how do you impart to us lessons learned from going through that kind of a scaling environment? And what should we know? What should we have learned? What did you learn?
The biggest one is don't be afraid to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. And when I was younger in my career, as I said, I went in as an individual contributor. And then it was like, hey, we have this idea. Would you like to help run this team? So I've got all this kind of pressure on me of don't mess up, Tim. Don't make any mistakes. And it was like a fear based approach. And that is something that I think it held me back in the beginning of it. And it wasn't until I learned, look, you're going to make mistakes. Now, there's a difference though between making an unplanned mistake. That's going to happen. But hey, we're going to change how we're approaching, let's say, chat interactions with a customer, right? And then all of a sudden it's like it creates an outage or a inability to execute your job for that customer. That that should be planned, that should be reviewed. But a mistake happens and then you ask yourself why? Why did it happen? And if you've ever been in a situation where somebody's asked the why 5 times, it's really uncomfortable and it gets real tough. Have the ability to ask yourself that. Why am I doing this? Why is that going to make an impact? How is that going to make an impact? And what am I going to do if I have to change? What's my exit strategy? Don't be afraid to make mistakes, but learn from them. And I've had plenty of opportunities in my life to do that. And I think that is how I lead all of my employees. Like, look, you're going to make mistakes. Just learn from it. Because if we have to have that conversation again, then it's a little bit different, right? It's the can't versus won't. Is that you can't do the job or is that you won't do the job? Look, getting rid of that fear, because that also creates timidness in just how you approach it. If you don't have the confidence, how you're talking, how you're approaching it, what you talk, it's game over.